Today what we're going to do actually is we're going to talk about self-discovery, especially when you have a topic or you don't have a topic, how to have a topic, because eventually that will be part of your assessment, right? So my boss is not back yet. I've already proposed what I will actually like you guys to do for this entire semester. It's going to be fun. And probably I will. You guys can propose the topic. I think that would be much more fun, and you are free to do whatever you want. Unless if you like, I can also give you a topic. But when it comes to all this research, if you, I used to usually propose my own topic, lah. Okay, so you come to a crossroad here. All right, you don't know where to go. All right, so this kind of road is like sort of like in Malaysia. I don't know about other countries, but when you drive, let's say you want to go to PJ from KL, right? So you reach at a junction, and then there's no signboard. Even if there's a signboard, it's behind some stupid tree. Because that's how good our planning is, right? To put it behind a tree. So how are you going to go? All right. So I can use an analogy here, right? So let's say, first of all, you need to have an idea. It means first you need to conceptualize. Do you know what is conceptualized by the word itself? I know you're Googling now. Yeah, you're Googling. So conceptualize actually is about understanding, right? You have an idea. That's why I put the light there, the bulb, right? So when you think of something, you have a conception of that thing, all right? So perhaps like it's also an understanding, but you may not understand what that thing is. For example, if I ask you to conceptualize about Big Bang, you know what the Big Bang is, right? That formed this galaxy, that formed the planets, Big Bang, bang, everything. So you understand. So you have a conceptualization of what Big Bang is. But you may not have a better conceptualization of what a Big Bang is. You do not know how it works, right? You just know that it happened. Till today, people still have no idea what it means. They have the idea, or they conceptualize the idea of Big Bang, but not fully conceptualizing what an idea is. So you can have a good idea, but at the same time, you are blurred about it. So that's why when you have a topic at first in the beginning, you're gonna get lost, all right? And it's normal. Me, my first PhD, I got lost 2 years. Seriously, 2 years. I got lost in space. I don't know what to do. I have an idea of what I like to do, right? Maybe like numerical stuff, blah, blah, blah. But at the end, I don't know what I want to do. So I got lost there. So this is like conceptualize an idea, the starting point. All right. You have an idea, which is good. You list down everything, but at the end, you may not understand what it is. All right. So that's what actually conceptualization means. I can have a better reading on that. Okay. So for example, now I give you an example. Let's say you are a hunter. Right. Of course, we don't condone you guys to go hunting animal for no reason. This is not USA, right? And especially elephant lah. All right. So I understand that this is a very bad, right? What the hunters are doing, killing animals to steal their tusks, and it's a sacred animal in Thailand, right? Like, yeah, I think so. Thai people, appreciate elephant more. So let's say you're a hunter, okay? Let's say you're a hunter and you want to hunt for animal, right? For example, some people have big dreams, right? They want to hunt an elephant, for example. But of course, this is Malaysia, where we probably don't have that many elephants, maybe one or two. And then probably in Africa, right? In Africa, if you want to hunt a hunter, right? If you can't get, for example, big like this, what will you do? Okay, if you can't find a big animal, you can find other animals like that. Of course, this is just an example. True, you can find other probably not very very big animals, and probably like reachable, right? Reachable animals like, for example, squirrel and so on and so forth. So most of the time, animal what they eat, they usually grass, right? So you need to find an area where there's vegetation, find a source of grass. So probably when you arrive at a place, maybe you fall down near the river, and that river probably is like there's no fish, so you got no choice. Maybe you have to find different demographic. All right, so you got to expand your research. You got to explore. This is like exploratory process. You go to the grass, the source. Probably you can find some deers, some cows, some, I don't know, anything that eats grass lah. Maybe vegetarian people that eat grass, but don't. That's cannibalism. Okay, don't. Okay, so you go to the hit to the source there, the grass. All right. So if you can't find the grass, maybe what else animals do to survive? When they eat, they need to drink something, right? So there you go. When you go there, probably at the river, probably you can see animals drinking the water. So you can also hunt them down, like, I don't know, a rabbit. Everything needs water to survive, right? Water is life. So why I'm showing you all this is because same goes for your research, right? So let's say most of the time when you start, you are researching at the wrong area, all right? Like you want, for example, if you want to hunt a deer or a cow or a pig or blah, 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 it doesn't make sense if you want to hunt those animals in a desert, right? You don't want to travel all the way to Sahara Desert. Maybe you can find scorpion or cicak. Cicak is the what you call it, lizard, right? You can find those there lah if you like those things. I don't know, but not bad. Actually, when I was in Thailand, I ate those fried cockroaches. Very, very nice. No, aroy mat. Very, very good. Not bad. Tastes like chicken. So you need to know where to go. All right. You want to find those animals? Don't go to the desert. Why? Desert got no water. Uh, Probably you can find the animal bone lah because they die already, right? So you need to know the source of your research. You need to know, first of all, when you have your own research problem, you list down first what you want, all right? What you want to do in the life, in your life, in this research life. Once you list it down, you need to know where to go because first of all, your research is very general, it's very big, all right? It's very general. And most often you will go to the wrong site. That's what happened to me. All right. So I wasted like 2 years. I was researching in the wrong place. I was hunting for squirrel in desert for 2 years. I got lost, but eventually I found back because I go, hey, help me, right? So it's very, very important to know that, but it's okay. Just don't take too long while you do a research. But anyway, because you guys are, I'm talking in perspective of like you're doing long-term research. Who knows when you want to do long-term research? But because for you guys, it's just probably 1-2 months, right? So probably you have a rough idea already, and I may give you some guidance. So I'll show you like, oh, you are wrong. You have to go this direction. Okay. But if you do like real research, your supervisor will not spoon feed you, tell you, oh, this is wrong. We need to go there. No, because a true researcher is independent work, like the hunter right there. All right. If you don't go and find food at the right source, you will starve to death. Right? Or you don't find the source for water, you will gg.com, you won't be alive, right? So the demographics, first of all, your problem is not mapped yet. You do not know where to go. You have no idea what kind of animals or variables are in that area. For example, if you want to do, let's say, you want to study the effect of snow density on this material. It's pointless to do that in Malaysia, right? Malaysia might got snow. Actually got lah. Raining, I would say it's not raining lah. It's snowing, but halfway melt already, so become water, right? So if you want to research on snow and all that, you got to go probably to the mountains at the Himalaya. You don't have to go all the way to Europe, okay? In India, at Kathmandu, Nepal, you can do your snow research there, right? So it's all about knowing the demographic, what lies there. So very, very important, but it's okay. Which is why I'm using this self-exploratory. All right, so let's go from here. Yeah, this is me when I was in the desert, and in desert you can't find animals. That was in somewhere in Morocco. Yeah, that was, I did some traveling. Okay, the second part is literature review. All right, so I'm sure most of you all know what literature review is, right? I'm not sure if you know. So when you do literature review, because first of all, you need to understand when your idea is very broad, very likely someone has done your research, right? So when we talk about like real research, when I talk about when you write this research in your thesis, so there's a huge difference between thesis and final year project. Like what undergraduate students are doing, those are not thesis, those are final year project. What you guys are doing also is going to be a final year, like a report or a final semester report. All right, it's not like a real thesis, because why? A real thesis is where your research is noble as in you're the only one that is currently doing this job. And why you are doing it? So that you can advance the knowledge from what already has existed. But it's okay. You don't need to come up with something super new. Otherwise, You all need masters get PhD or masters by research already, right? So, but this is more like a masters by course. So just giving you the idea. So the bridging the gap is very, very important. So the gap should be around probably the best, right? If you want to bridge what has already been existing, it shouldn't be like more than 10 years. I mean, within that 10 years is good, but you want to advance those things so that it has meaning to the current situation. But it's okay if you want to quote stuff which is 50 years or probably 100 years ago. That's nothing wrong. All right, because let's say if like the formula, let's say like physics, like F equals to ma. That's Isaac Newton formula, right, on acceleration and mass, right? So that was probably in the 1600, I think, right? Way ago. But everyone needs to quote that in the beginning, right? After that, you have to see what advancement has been made with that formula to the present situation where F equals ma can be expanded into gravitational Newtonian force on this thing, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking from a physics point of view. So this can be applied to everything as well. So bridging the gap is very, very important. That is where you come in and it actually conceptualize your idea further. It will, from conceptualization, means you have a broad idea, then it materializes. So you know, like, I see the road now. I was here. Then you build until this is what you actually want to do. And that is what your research is worth to the community that you are doing your research in, right? Okay, so data collection is also nothing wrong. So I'm a comic book fan. I'm sure most of you have this Dragon Ball, come here. So those are my collections. So data collection is equally important, and so that why it will further give you a concrete sort of evidence, right? Data collection can be in many forms. It doesn't have to be in numerical. It can be in terms of qualitative research, like survey. Those can be data collection or both hybrid mode as well, right? So those will further enhance it, lah. So when you have your data collection, make sure you know where you collect the data from. It can be from previous samples which you added in your calculation. For example, like what I did, the the previous research did a simulation on probably 100 data set. So I expanded it further to 1 million data set. So that why? So that I can further see in detail if there are any varying conditions, right? So not to prove that person wrong, all right? So when you're doing all this research, sometimes you have your ego, your pride, like, hey, yo, this fella do wrong lah. You're finding, no. It's about advancement because why? Probably back in those days, let's say 20 years ago, technology is not that fast. They're able to collect 100 samples with that standard at that time. So now with advancement, you can perform complex calculations in seconds or milliseconds, so you can do things better. So if you have a mind, so probably in 10 years from now, future researchers can do my stuff in probably 1 second, collect 1,000 data set already. So probably that person will do, I don't know, probably data set on different things or more even, so that it will produce more accurate results. So who knows, right? So data collection is important and it differs from time to time. Doesn't mean that previous researcher is lazy or not capable, but the technology at that time did not allow them to do so. So data collection is important. Then the most important, I think the most crucial is when you begin to analyze and interpret. So this is a simulation that goes back and forth. And I say showtime, why? Because once you have your stuff, you will need to actually sell your idea to the world. If you can't sell it to the world in terms of presentation during the COVID pandemic, now it's already endemic, right? You can travel, all probably go conference. So there's two ways that you can actually interpret and share your collection with the world, either through presentation or by scientific research. All right. So this is where your knowledge will actually be shared with your community in your niche area. So this is what I'm telling you at the moment is how to write a research paper in a step-by-step way. But of course, each of them have a very, very detailed thing. I won't go right into it. Probably will look at some of it, but not now. So very important to convey your idea in terms of writing so that your research paper is a research paper and not a Guardian magazine, right? So it's much more on a serious, it's up for debate, and some things are just like to let people know that, oh, there's an advancement thing that other people missed last time, and I'm just pointing it out so that we as a community can further advance our knowledge. Okay, so analyze and interpret are there. You're going to show your visualization. So in the end, this is what my thesis looked like, 6.5 years like that. All right, so it's very nice. This is from UPM. The standard, we have to convert A4 to an A5 like that. So truth be told, this thesis is not only used for other researchers to read, but also used as a printer holder. My boss used that as a printer holder. Can you imagine that? Yeah, is it the printer not the holder not working? Come your thesis, put on top. In the end, most theses are left in the in the web bookshelf collecting dust. Some as a mouse holder, right? So yeah, like your thesis is very flexible. Can be used in many forms. 6.5 years of work used as a printer holder. Oh my gosh. So that is my title, by the way. That is a flexible tethered blah blah blah. It's two satellite connecting by a cable, something like this, flying just to see if there's any perturbation. Perturbation is disturbance lah, any air drag or not, and see how it varies. So that was my work. It's on simulation, and I'm gonna tell you why. In a way, I kind of regret doing this. So don't worry, we'll talk more about this. So now selecting a research topic, like I said just now, is like window shopping. We all love to do window shopping, right? You like to just pass by and you see, and also because we can't afford, cost too expensive. So like, oh, nice. Let me take picture. Or go inside the closet, right? Wear and then take picture, then put on Instagram. So selecting a topic is a good idea because before you want to buy something, you need to know probably, okay, if you're good, you really conceptualize what you want to buy, right? But if you don't know, you need to go out lah. I will go window shopping. I'm like, I already got a red shirt. I want a blue shirt. I want a yellow shirt. I want to wear a dress. So you have no idea what you're gonna do. You list down first, right? Selecting your research topic is very, very important. Like things like you like to do. You love to investigate how the product could sell to a certain demographic. See how it varies. True. Like for example, this applies to everything like passion. All right. So some people love to draw. Some people love to dance. Some people like to party. I like to party, and travel. All of us like to travel, right? Now it's like the endemic page, and that some people like photography, like me. The middle one, that monkey picture, I took that when I was in Kuala Selangor not so long ago. So there are a lot of things we love to do. Right? We like to do. Like you love what you do. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. But we have to when it comes to research, here's the difference between what you like to do and what do you actually love doing. Okay, so why I say what do you actually love doing, because we like almost everything I mentioned just now, right? Like what do you actually love doing? I like to draw, but then you go deeper, like, draw what? Draw human, draw cartoon, just scribble, because why? You don't know, nothing else to do, and express abstract art lah, abstract art. So what do you actually love doing? You have to be more specific on what you love to do. All right, so for example, this is breakdance. Okay, how many of you like breakdancing? I don't know. I love breakdancing, man. I used to break dance. Now I break the floor. So breakdancing is nice. It's nice. But in the end, what happened is the next question we want to ask. First, what you like to do. Second, what do you actually love to do? Okay, from first, I like dancing. Second, I love break dancing. But in the end, do you enjoy the process of doing it? So this is me, right? So do you enjoy the process of doing it? So I can do certain things, but not until probably like this level. Okay, so there are certain things like research, like you love doing, but will you able to do that same thing for a very long time? Because the research is going to take minimum a year and above, like real research I'm talking about. Okay, will you or will me be able to do that same research for 3-4 years? You're going to do that because why? Once you do your first year, for first year you still can change your topic, but after that, the first year it's too late to change the topic, because why? Time is already a constraint. All right, because the procedures you need to actually complete your PhD or masters within 4 years. In maybe 5 years now, they extended the grace period, and then maximum you can push it at least 1.5 to 2 years, but with a consent form why you are why aren't you able to complete it. So I stretched it until 6.5 because I was lost. I was lost. I didn't know what to do. So here's what I have a bit of regret in doing my research. First of all, when the start of doing something, you're very excited. Like for example, a new toy. You just bought. Let's say there's a new toy when we were kid, right? You want to buy that toy because you don't have that toy. Everyone has that toy, and it's nice. It's fun. Probably. Then once you cry for your mom to buy that toy. Yeah, I did like. I cried. Like, "Oh, so after that, my mom gave me that toy. And then what happened? What happened? Often than not, after maybe 1 or 2 days, you throw away the toy. Yeah, bored already. Correct. We get bored easily. We don't want to just play with the teddy bear for 5 6 years, right? You want to play other things, right? Probably play Nintendo lah, play I don't know. So our interests vary over time. So in the end, it's good if you love what you do, and then if you know what you do, it's also great. But can you endure the process of doing it over time, right? Like exercise, for example. Some people like they just exercise to get thin or fit lah, because why? Because people look good, and they didn't know all those magazines are Photoshop, right? People can Photoshop. What's what? Just edit, we're gonna look good lah, right? So, um, but they don't and they drink all those shakes, which I don't condone lah, right? Because I myself am a marathon runner, and I think you got to do it the right way. Eat right is important. Have enough rest, and of course do the exercise at least 10 15 minutes. Like just now, I just had a run before I come to the class. That's why I'm a bit sweaty, but it's okay. I'm feeling much more energized. So you have to do those process. You can't like skip it. And can you do it in 2 years time? So most people like, I can't commit to that. It's so tiring. Why? Because they're thinking. The mindset is about thinking about time. Don't do that. That's the first thing that break your spirit. All right. But of course, your research will be in 11 weeks. That's like 1 month plus, lah, right? So at least when you do a research, it's still very fun because it's just 1 month plus, right? So, but I'm talking about for a long process. Who knows? Maybe you might be a researcher one day. I don't know. Maybe after this, you get the hang of researching. You want to get a PhD or you want to do a master's in research. After this, who knows? But I'm just telling you that when you want to do something long term, this can apply to anything, right? So you got to have that mindset that don't think about numbers. Don't like, 3 years, ayah, 4 years. You see, numbers is only good if when it comes to money. Like 1,000 ringgit, wow, very good, very nice. But when it comes to 10,000 steps, yeah, walk 10,000 steps, my leg tired. So this kind of numbers will actually like break your spirit. So most importantly, you enjoy the process, but also have a good idea that you will be. This is a commitment, lah, a commitment to yourself. You have nothing else to prove when you do research but yourself, because you achieve something that can benefit probably mankind, the world. Because in Australia, okay, one thing I like about overseas research is that when they do research, they make sure their research have a contribution to the world or to their community at least. And in order to get associate professor, right, it's a step above DR, doctor, right? So I'm at DR there. You're gonna go to associate professor. You're gonna have a research that benefit the society there in Australia to get that associate professor. So anyone who has that title, wow, they actually really contribute lah. So it's about the process of enjoying it. It's a long process, but for you guys, not long lah, right? So I'm just talking about. So the second thing you want to do is to downsize your topic, all right? So first, your topic very big, you niche it down. Because why? When it's too general, it's not a research anymore. It's just something everyone have done. Okay, so what is special about your thing? And make sure when you downsize, don't go so down so special, right? Like let's say, for example, time machine. If you do this kind of research, you'll never graduate forever, because okay, Einstein already predict that's on his theory on time relativity and so on. But at the moment, at current technology, I don't think so. Like you do time machine, seriously. Maybe do time alarm clock, something like, I don't know. But time machine. In fact, talking about time machine, Stephen Hawking, Stephen Hawking, the one on the wheelchair, that guy, the brilliant guy. So he actually predicted if there is a time machine, he have a party at his house. He put there, welcome time travelers. And if you are indeed a time traveler, you will know that I'm having a party right now or something like that. In the end, nobody show up, lah, right? The postman come like, sir, and I thought, oh, time machine guy from postman. No, lah, I'm from next door. You put the letter was put wrongly, something like that. So big idea, you narrow it down so that why? So it's more focused. And that's the main purpose of the research. It has to be focused, and you need to find out what is special about the research that makes it a research, all right, that is worth researching. And don't make it so small that people can't even, or you can't even find a problem to it. Because if it's too small, probably there's no imperfection to it. There's nothing to, it's really like making a wheel. The wheel is round. It is good for the car. What else can I do, right? Make it, I don't know, spike, I don't know, to go up. I mean, it's, you are reinventing the wheel, basically, like something has really been done perfect already. So you got to find some different ways. Maybe the wheel, how you said, there's put some glider there, I don't know, to avoid certain potholes, Malaysia lot of potholes, right? So something like that. You can, first you start with the bigger picture, then you go it down, but don't narrow it very small. So like my research is on numerical study. So numerical study on what? On tethered satellite system, and on what? On the effect of air drag at which altitude and how many satellites are there. So I narrowed down. Some of the scientists do it very, very big, like 10 satellites. I put it to just maybe 2, and I make it flexible. Some of them are rigid, right? Rigid, you can move. Mine is flexible. So there are a lot of variables to play there itself already. So that makes a actually not bad research. I wouldn't say like the best, but then I can look at the material. What kind of material can actually elongate, or can how you say it, can withstand the forces that is around it. See how then on the costing of the material. So there's a lot of things to look at, especially, right? All right, downsize your thing, and of course you got to read until you vomit, but don't vomit. All right, so read until you have enough. How you say it, when you feel like it's sufficient, but of course you need at least more than 20 to 30 literature review, right? Definitely more. For a normal thesis, you can go up to 100. 100 is also too little already, actually. All right, so you got to find the updated research thing in order to read. So reading, a lot of reading. If you love to read, you have to force yourself to read, no matter what. Or there's ebooks now. There's audio books also. You can listen. Audio articles, I'm not sure if there is, but yeah, if you don't like to read, you can read with your ears, right? Put the earplug and then listen. So that's one way, right? Okay, so what if? Okay, so what if is also circumstances that you need to take into consideration. Like, what if this? When you do your research, you have to ask a lot of what if, right? What if this? What if that? What if I sell my Evelyn? What if I sell my thing here? Will it be good? If I sell my product to these people, how it goes? So it's a lot of what if, a lot of things that you can ask. So where do I go? Where do I go? You go to Google to do your research. But is Google good enough or not? Everyone go here, all right? But as a researcher, I just want to show you one thing. There's another place you can go, which is, let's say, Google Scholar. All right, here better, all right, for research. Okay, come. Now, let me just do a short demo on a research. Let's say what we want to search about. Okay, so let's say you want to research about, for example, laughter is the best medicine. Correct, laughter best medicine. I think if you laugh for no reason, you need medicine, right? So let's say we are looking at laughter, right? So let's say you can come to Google. I'm just doing hands-on now. Okay, very simple. You can go to Google here like that, and then you type laughter, right? I'm just going to show you how normal research. So you can see there's a lot. And the first thing is on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is actually the best place to start, because why? Wikipedia have a lot of how you say, but you cannot cite Wikipedia. Please don't cite your Wikipedia under your references. It's not considered a legit resource. So you can see that one thing nice about Wikipedia is that it has a lot of resources, but we will go through after the break on how to actually see which resource is useful to us, because we don't want to simply take anything, right?